Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Clause 2A1 of Rule 9, I hereby notify the House of my intention to offer a resolution as a question of the privileges of the House. The form of my resolution is as follows. Authorizing and directing the Speaker to appoint a bipartisan task force to investigate the circumstances and cause of the decision. Authorizing and directing the Speaker to appoint a bipartisan task force to investigate the circumstances and cause of the decision to place professional staff of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct on indefinite administrative leave and for other purposes. Whereas the Constitution of the United States authorizes the House of Representatives to determine the rules of its proceedings, punish its members for disorderly behavior, and, with the concurrence of 2/3, expel a member. Whereas in 1968, in compliance with this authority and to uphold its integrity and ensure that members act in a manner that reflects credit on the House of Representatives, the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct was established. Whereas the ethics procedure in effect during the 111th Congress were enacted in 1997 in a bipartisan manner by an overwhelming vote of the House of Representatives upon the bipartisan recommendation of the 10-member Ethics Reform Task Force, which conducted a thorough and lengthy review of the entire ethics process. And whereas the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct adopted rules for the 111th Congress, and whereas Rule 6A of the Rules of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct states, the staff is to be assembled and retained as professional, non-partisan staff, whereas the Rule 6C of the Rules of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct states, the staff as a whole and each individual member of the staff shall perform all official duties in a non-partisan manner, whereas Rule 6F of the Rules of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct states, all staff members shall be appointed by an affirmative vote of the majority of the members of the committee. Such a vote shall occur at the first meeting of the membership of the committee during each Congress and as necessary during the Congress. Whereas on November 19, 2010, 2 members of the professional staff of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct were placed on indefinite administrative leave. And whereas on November 19, 2010, the Committee on Standards and Official Conduct canceled and has not rescheduled the adjudicatory hearing for a member of Congress previously scheduled for November 29, 2010. And whereas all of these actions have subjected the committee to public ridicule and weakened the ability of the committee to properly conduct its investigative duties, all of which has brought discredit to the House, now therefore be it resolved that the Speaker shall appoint a bipartisan task force with equal representation of the majority and minority parties to investigate the circumstances and the cause of the decision to place professional staff of the Committee on Standards of Official Conduct on indefinite administrative leave, and to make recommendations to restore public confidence in the ethics process, including disciplinary measures for both staff and members where needed, and the task force report its findings and recommendations to the House of Representatives during the second session of this Congress. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time.
Under Rule 9, a resolution offered from the floor by a member other than the majority leader or the minority leader as a question of the privileges of the House has immediate precedence only at a time designated by the chair within 2 legislative days after the resolution is properly noticed. Pending that designation, the form of the resolution noticed by the gentlewoman from California will appear in the record at this point. The chair will not at this point determine whether the resolution constitutes a question of privilege. That determination will be made at the time designated for consideration of the resolution.